The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, teacher caught with marijuana, importance of gender equality, and Team PNG gets funding. BSP Financial Group champions environmental awareness through its annual Go Green campaign. Over 160 schools in PNG involving 8,400 students participated in the 2023 School Cleanup Day themed Rethink, Reuse and Recycle. BSP Eco Ambassadors led the initiative, emphasizing waste reduction for the healthier ecosystem. The 13th year campaign has engaged over 40,000 students and reached over 1,000 schools. Gratitude was expressed by BSP's corporate sponsorship manager to the 169 schools involved across PNG and the Pacific. A teacher of Hood Point High School in Hula Central Province was arrested for growing marijuana at his backyard located in the school grounds. Police have arrested the teacher on Tuesday, November the 7th. He is currently in jail awaiting court.
According to Kwikila police, it was alleged that the teacher, who is 30 years old and a father of 4, was growing marijuana at the back of his house among tomatoes and cabbages. According to the police, 3 marijuana plants were uprooted from his house. 1 was ready for harvesting, while 2 were almost ready for harvesting. Central Provincial Police Commandant Inspector Laimo Asi confirmed that the teacher was arrested and charged by the police with cultivating dangerous drugs under the law and is now in police cell awaiting court. Asi said, how can a teacher who should be teaching good lessons for students to become better citizens of this nation involved himself in producing illicit substances? He said this kind of behavior by teachers attributes to the decline of students in Central Province going to tertiary institutions. Asi said that is why he will be speaking to the school management to take tougher actions to teachers and students who are involved in this kind of activity. Meanwhile, reports from the police brief reveal that the teacher is from Duma village in Chove district and was a 9th grade teacher during the time of his arrest. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
At their annual general meeting recently, Bukbilong Pikinini elected 11 new directors, including industry leaders Sean Pinney and Salome Delabu. The meeting featured updates on BBP's impactful initiatives, with over 2 million books distributed to 400-plus schools. Founded in 2007, BBP remains committed in enhancing literacy in Papua New Guinea through learning centers and inclusive education programs, marking 60 years as a local NGO. The organization expresses gratitude for ongoing support and looks forward to continuing its mission. The possibility of having more women leaders in the country starts with the changing of mindset through education, says the UPNG Executive Dean Professor Betty Lovai. Lovai said that is why under her leadership she established gender studies with the aim of changing the mindset of university students about the importance of gender equality. She was speaking during the Women in Leadership retreat in Port Moresby yesterday.
UPNG Executive Dean Professor Betty Lovai said gender equality is the biggest problem and still will be a biggest problem because people lack knowledge of this issue. She says this is the reason why many women are not elected to hold leadership roles in the country. Luvai said this during the Women in Leadership retreat yesterday in Port Moresby. Luvai said having to understand the gap of this issue in the country, she pushed for gender studies, which PNG students are currently studying at the university. She said under this course, students learn about the importance of gender and how to implement gender equality, starting from the school level to their communities. She said it is important to educate the minds of the young generation to ensure they see things differently. Luvai said gender studies is optional for students to take, of which so far more than 200 students have registered to study this course. Luvai added that annually the percentage of women graduating increases, which clearly shows that women in PNG can perform the role of men also. However, Professor Luvai said the sad scenario is that many women in PNG are deprived from their rights of holding leadership roles due to the culture that is embedded in the society of having male-dominated roles. She said that is why changing of mindset through educating people about gender equality will ensure people's perspective about the role of women in the community will change. Tracy Sipa, TV1 News.
City Pharmacy proudly sponsors Tyler Singirok as the first ever Miss City Pharmacy in the Miss Bird of Paradise PNG pageant. The 20-year-old mining engineer student aims to address issues faced by young women and those with disabilities. Pageant chairlady Anna Baising emphasized the platform's focus on empowerment and education. Wandid Amini Korimbo from New Guinea native joins as Miss City Pharmacy's official designer. This is TVWAN News. We'll have news abroad when we come. Stay tuned.
And smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem, Coke, Young, or roll the scale rice family meal with toast. To bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Senisi go, no scale rice, no scale price. Senisi go, no scale rice, no scale price.
But you like him?
All Mama Flame is not all Sam.
Me say you sing flame flower long one him. Yeah, me say me Kim Kai belong family belong me. You go more yet.
Man belong me save like him flower balls belong me what them cover war na spring onion. All pikinini belong me save like him to mas pineapple donut me save walk him low house. Me make kumu mix him what them cow na karama pim long flower.
Tasty hash browns.
Time is scaling one time olara pela kai. Me save kissing more kai long all get a toya me tromoy one time flame flower.
You enough making more one time flame flower.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Welcome back. Australia has offered refuge to citizens of Tuvalu because of the catastrophic impacts of climate change in a landmark new pact. Tuvalu, a series of low-lying atolls in the Pacific, is home to 11,200 people and is among the nation's most at risk from rising seas. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese described it as a groundbreaking agreement called the Falepili Union. This is the most significant agreement between Australia and a Pacific country ever, he added. Tuvalu Prime Minister Kausea Natano called it a beacon of hope and not just a milestone, but a giant leap forward into joint mission to ensure regional stability, sustainability and prosperity. Up to 280 people per year will be granted the new visas, which will allow them to live, work and study in Australia. New Zealand and the US have similar pacts with a handful of other Pacific nations, such as Palau, the Federate States of Micronesia and the Cook Islands. Taylor Swift fans have joined long queues online and on the streets for another chance at the hottest tickets in the country. New release tickets for her Sydney and Melbourne shows were released on Friday, and many Swifties weren't taking any risks.
Taylor Swift fans will go to when they know the alternative all too well.
Cried for like 3 days straight after we didn't get them online.
For many, the online queue was too risky.
We've been trying to get them for months, but the site just keeps getting shut down.
We're with Optus, we've got no choice.
Around the country, fearless Swifties queued through the night for the chance to be at her Sydney and Melbourne concerts in February.
We've been in line since 10 p.m.
Some were lining up for others.
I have a 12-y, yeah, and I'd rather sit here and line up than face her wrath.
That's what you do as a brother.
Sydney-siders knew their fate shortly after 10 a.m, but Melbourne fans had to wait into the afternoon.
I actually called in sick to work.
It was all worth it in the end.
I'm so happy. I got 2 tickets and they're like partially obstructed, but I'm fine with that.
I would do this a million times again if I had to.
And for those who missed out, it doesn't necessarily have to be a cruel summer, with a resale happening later this month.
Pacific Islands Forum leaders confirmed former president of Nauru, Baron Waka, as the next Secretary-General of the Forum Secretariat, taking over from Henry Puna in 2024. The decision on the new Secretary-General was not without controversy, even though the outcome was a reaffirmation of a decision taken at least February's Special Leaders Retreat, when the issue of the process around the selection of the Secretary-General was raised in plenary on Wednesday. Current Nauru President David Adeang walked out of the meeting. Adeang did not travel to Aitutaki for the Thursday's Leaders Retreat, flew home that day. Nauru's perspectives were apparently carried into the retreat by other members of the Micronesian President's Summit. A Canberra woman is on a mission to raise awareness of a little-known cancer after being diagnosed and mistakenly told she has just months to live. The tumors she was ultimately diagnosed with can mimic much more dangerous but common cancers. But with limited awareness of her real condition, like many patients, she didn't initially think to ask for a second opinion.
When Linda Dunstone was diagnosed with terminal pancreatic cancer, the prognosis was beyond bleak.
I was treated with chemotherapy palliatively and told roughly I had 4 to 6 months to live.
When the 6-month mark came and went, then a year, then 18 months, Linda went looking for a second opinion.
Things just didn't add up because basically I was still alive. I actually had neuroendocrine cancer in the pancreas.
Just over 25,000 Australians are living with NETs, and more than half were, like Linda, initially misdiagnosed because the symptoms mimic other conditions.
Diarrhoea, abdominal pain, bloating, wheezing, flushing. So these are all symptoms that could be anything really.
Ongoing treatment means Linda lives with insulin resistance, reflux and digestive issues.
By the time that we actually get diagnosed, 60% of patients at stage 4, so it's spread and it's incurable.
Despite the steady increase in incidence nationally, the disease remains largely unknown and underfunded.
What we want to do is get people to be aware of these symptoms, especially if they're going to the doctor frequently about it, and get them investigated so that we can then get them diagnosed a lot earlier.
The federal government allocated Neuroendocrine Cancer Australia a one-off grant in 2022-23 of $550,000 to deliver some of its national action plan, including an awareness campaign. The organisation says that funding's welcome, but with more awareness comes more pressure on resources and support services, and more funding will be needed to manage.
You're watching TV1 News. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakarook, get up a big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Hey, you want talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and the New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Ton, 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 hino, ton, ton.
Nihimomo. If you can't stop thinking about the Hino range of trucks, then you better drive one today. Hino.
Ton, ton. Want more data for less? Get it now with Digicel's revamped Red Club. Enjoy data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Plus rollover data, the widest coverage, fastest speeds, and best reliability. Only with Red Club. Join Digicel's exclusive Red Club today and get loads more data for less. Yes! Data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Whoa! Join today for as low as 10 kilo weekly to access discounted data bundles and get more data for less. Dial *675# or visit the My Digicel app today. The Red Club. Only with Digicel.
Tune in to Scope tomorrow night at 7 on TV1. In this episode, policing returns to Anuabada village, Sinisine Yangumol taking strides in education, and tackling school fights with counseling. Watch these stories on Scope tomorrow night at 7 on TV1.
And we're back. PNG men's and women's sevens team opened their campaign with impressive wins in their respective competitions when the 2023 Oceania Sevens got underway at Ballamore, Brisbane yesterday. Play during the men's Olympic qualifier between Tonga and PNG halted at 21:19 with minutes remaining due to nearly lightning strikes. However, the delay worked wonders for PNG with the Puk scoring within 10 seconds of play resuming to set up 24-21 boil-over. Saturday looms a decisive day for Olympic hopefuls, with PNG Pool C and Fiji Pool B among the women's front-runners after going unbeaten on day one. Pool B standout Samoa shaped the favourites in the men's qualification through PNG's weather-affected Day 1 win over Tonga and rampant Day 2 victory over Vanuatu 55-7 means the Ikale Tahi Sevens now need wins over Kiribati and Vanuatu to ensure they progress from Pool C. Team PNG athletes and officials can now be rest assured of making the trip across the Solomon Sea for the much-anticipated 17th Pacific Games in Honiara, thanks to Marape Rosso government coming on board at the 11th hour to honor its funding commitment towards the team. The much-needed funding totaling approximately 13 million kina was made possible through the Kumul Petroleum Holdings and the National Gaming Control Board at the team's farewell ceremony at the Sir John Guy's Indoor Complex yesterday.
There was a lot of noise and cheers of joy all around the Sir John Guy's Indoor Complex arena yesterday when Prime Minister James Marape officiated the team's farewell ceremony. What was most significant was the announcement of funding by supporting sponsors Kumul Petroleum Holdings and the National Gaming Control Board, totaling approximately 13 million kina, which is crucial to get the 515 athletes and team officials across to the Solomon Islands. When reacting to recent media headlines implying there's lack of government care and commitment towards our athletes, Prime Minister was very apologetic for any misconceptions, while commitment and instructions for funds to be made available still stands.
Instructions go out, but those who work in between, if they do not act on this, I do apologize. I do apologize sincerely. But we issued instruction out. There are many family of sponsors who have here ready to ensure you are looked after, you are carried, you are supported, and you do go there, you do come back in one piece. And I want to firstly ask our two sponsors who are here today, part of the family of sponsors.
The latest funding would also offset outstanding mandatory athletes' levies of 2,000 kina per athlete, with the extended deadline expired yesterday, Friday, November 10. Prime Minister Marape again assured athletes and officials that the government stands behind Team PNG and ready to ensure their comfort and welfare are looked after. He challenged the athletes, coaches and the team officials to be good sports ambassadors for our country.
Represent the biggest nation in Pacific. We have a fair set of challenges. We're not yet there in as far as full development we want for our country. We are doing our absolute best. But each and every one of you, from the team management, from the coaches, and from the players, you are carrying your country's flag. You are contributing to the development focus and the destination of development our country so aspires. So when you get there, embody the spirit of unity, get there, embody the spirit of ambassadorship, representing your country, get there, support your coaches and the staff so that you come from a country that is the leading country in the Pacific.
The first group of athletes will depart on an Air Niugini charter for Honiara on Monday, 13th November, while the second batch will travel on the 26th of November. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
And now the regional forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern and Highlands region, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Momase region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands region, scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain. And that wraps up the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.